the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy life.
Everybody have a good Halloween?
Oh, I think I had a pretty good time. What about you?
I think I had a pretty good time.
What about you, Ashley? What did you do for Halloween?
Nothing.
I stared like this all Hallows Eve.
No, actually, we did nothing. We sat at home and we watched The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oh,
I didn't watch that this year.
I always forget to do that every year. I have it on Blu-ray, and I always forget.
Yeah, we did too, and that's the extent of our Halloween.
I always love the Peanuts holiday movies, like the Halloween and the Christmas movie, because it's just the music. The Thanksgiving one's great. It's just like the music. I love the piano music. I just want those on like vinyl now. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I never really thought about it until now. I need some Peanut scores on vinyl or something. I just like to listen to that music. It just, the groove is just so cool, and the way it composes the episode. You know, I mean, I'm sure the animation is built around the music, but to us, I don't know. I don't really know how they constructed that, but it just kind of. I just always love the drive of the music in every special that I've watched growing up. So, and then of course the dancing when you watch like the Christmas special, the infamous, like you got the dun and then the one that's just totally breaking it down like with like Ray, like that's my favorite one because I just love how his feet are doing like this crazy. They're doing this like little jig. Yeah, like a jig thing. It's just like a one and it's the craziest dance ever. But anyway, I love Peanuts.
Yeah, we did hang. We hung out Saturday.
Yeah, I was gonna say we because I mean normally we don't do much for Halloween, but the past 2 years we tried to do or since we've had our house and we can entertain, we tried to do like a little Halloween get together. And so we just gave out candy to the neighbors, and
their house looked like a crime scene inside. I was impressed. They have like bloody handprints going along the walls in the bathroom.
Sweet.
Someone needed to see a doctor.
Yeah, it was these cool decals that my wife got, and she did all that. She just slapped it all together, and I was like, that looks really cool. She started taking it all down after the party, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, don't take all that down. That actually looks really neat. Like
save it for Christmas.
Yeah. I just want to see somebody else's reaction to it without me saying anything. So maybe like if her parents or somebody comes over. Oh my God. Like, cause it does, if you're not really paying attention, it just looks like a handprint on the wall, like a bloody handprint, and then like just streaks and then like footprints on the ground with some trickle. And I mean, it's weird. It's crazy.
Then her parents go off to the side. Do we really know Austin?
I think we just realized we're like, oh, they were here before and they just left. They just booked it. They're like, yeah, we're just not gonna stay.
Yeah.
Don't do any killings tonight.
Yeah. It's not real. It's just chickens. We don't kill humans.
Well, being that we missed our last Halloween episode, we did a good job covering a lot of Halloween stuff leading up for the month.
Did.
So I guess for this new episode, we're going to kind of start leaning in toward the holiday season.
I was going to say, because it seems like a lot of stuff dropped. I know a lot of good news dropped.
Yeah. Also, before we jump to the toys, though, did both of you see the Book of Boba Fett trailer?
Mm-hmm. What?
Did you not watch it, Ashley?
No, I saw it, yes.
No, I was very excited. It looks like exactly what I wanted it to be. So I'm totally down for it.
Weird thing, like the biggest thing I noticed that I really liked, that was a big improvement on something that I was being a little nitpicky at with The Mandalorian. The Twi'leks look better. Like the Laku. I don't know, for some reason the purple twins, maybe it might be just how the actress looks when like wearing the stuff. Maybe it just doesn't fit her. Maybe it could, but for some reason her Twi'lek look just it didn't work for some reason. It looked, I don't know, it just didn't work. So when I saw the ones in that trailer, I was thinking, wow, those look great. So
yeah, I just like anytime when you see some of these classic alien characters that are brought, like just
Trandoshans were
like
in there.
just bring it, yeah, Trandoshans. Bring
I didn't see the
Twi'lek. Anytime I see a Twi'lek or
yeah, you see like three
the
Trandoshans.
Gamorreans.
They're in that group that's sitting at the table when Boba's talking about how he's going to be running things.
I thought those are all the dog-looking ones.
There were two, like we see two sides of the table. Like on the left side, we see some like 2 or 3 Trandoshans.
I'll have to go
which
back
are
and look
the
at
lizard people like Bosk, and
Yeah,
and then on the right side, I think we see some of the kind like oh god, what's the 2 criminals that try to harass Luke in A New Hope? What's the one that has the weird little like
yeah, I can't remember his
face?
alien his alien species. I can't remember.
Yeah, that
yeah,
species.
Ponda Baba species. I can't remember.
Yeah, that species is we see that too. So I do like that they're really kind of leaning back toward or leaning again toward like trying to get those really prosthetic alien stuff, and they're doing it. Looks great so far.
Kind of like a Jim Henson vibe, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And also just the fact that it feels like more like you really feel like the expanded universe Star Wars, because you're dealing with Jabba's palace and Tatooine, and then building from there. And we've already kind of established that vibe in Return of the Jedi. So yeah, I'm excited just to go down that road and see just how Boba Fett comes in and takes over, because I've been waiting for this day, because I always wondered how they were going to bring Boba Fett back to life,
or if they would,
or if they would. I wasn't
sure.
I was like pretty sure they were, all the way up until I think maybe a year ago or so. I mean, it wasn't too long ago, but I remember there was an article that came out where they said like, no, Boba Fett's dead, like. Or something. Somebody said something that was basically to the effect that, no, I mean, as much as we want to, believe, it's just like Boba Fett is just dead. So you just have to come to terms with that and come up with new characters. So to see him being brought to life, I mean, just the way we wanted, the fans wanted it, so it's going to happen. I don't, I can easily see somebody arguing like, well, no, Boba Fett's in the past. We need new stuff. Like, no. We need to complete Boba's story, and the fact that they got Tamora Morrison to do it.
And like I said, I think I said this in another episode. I think that's one of the more exciting aspects of this, is that he's actually getting to come back and play the character in live action, not just voice him, redub his voice in like the original trilogy. He's actually getting to play him. I bet for him that's a dream come true. Getting to actually be this character again.
Sure. So, do you want him to spend some time going back and just to explain how he came out? How he
like the digestive tract, they'll do like flashbacks to him, just like in the guts, like
I don't know if Drax.
How was it? And then he's just like, yeah.
If anything, I would, if we saw any kind of flashback, my thoughts would be some kind of like flashes. You wouldn't see anything extended, because it'd be almost like maybe it's a traumatic almost experience, because Tamora Morrison, he even talks about how when he spoke as him, at least at the beginning, as Boba, he kind of gives him a little bit more of a gravelly tone, because he says like his like throat or his lungs have been damaged from those digestive liquids.
I can see it. That's awesome. Yeah. See, I like that. I mean, and plus he's got the facial damage. Well, I mean, the burns, whenever the burns came from, who knows? But no, I dig that. So I want to see that story more, and obviously Ming-Na Wen's character.
Yeah,
see her more. I'm excited. So,
and rumors are next Friday, not this one, next one, Disney Plus Day. We get our first look at Kenobi.
Oh yeah. That's
the rumors. That's the rumors.
Really?
Oh God, that's one of those projects where like it hasn't hit me with the reality that like I don't know why. It's just one of those things where, because Obi-Wan's my favorite character, and Ewan McGregor to me was like dream casting. I mean, not necessarily. It was just whenever I saw him in episode 1, I just, for whatever reason, thought, God, I love this version of young Obi-Wan. He has these mannerisms and these ways of saying certain lines that were just like a young Obi-Wan to me, and I just wanted to see that character blossom. And then we got to see that over two more episodes.
Yeah, and
then now, like, to come back after all this time and do a show to really fill out that void, I don't know. Like, I'm nervous, but I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good, especially with how the fact that they talk about working with the same crew and the technology and everything is basically the same stuff from like Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian. All of that. I'm excited because.
So why are you nervous?
It's just why? Because me, it's the same feeling I got with Rogue One. It was like, why are we going into that story? Like, we know what happens. Like, oh, he hung out in the desert for almost 20 years looking after this boy. Not much has happened. We obviously know that nothing happened to him until episode 4. So it's just always, for me, especially with those kind of characters, it's tricky to fill that void. So. Yeah, I mean, there's not much. I mean, I'm sure that's the thing. I mean, he could go anywhere. We just know that his path is always going to be back on Tatooine, killing Darth Maul. So it's just, So yeah, I'm just curious where we're going with that, because I feel like I'm excited because I bet they have this bigger story than I can imagine. It's this laid out, and I really haven't dug too deep into it in my own brain. I mean, other than something like I don't know. I mean, because I don't even think he would be tooling around too much with Vader.
See that, and that's another thing.
In it.
Yeah, that's another thing.
He's in it, but I feel like he would be more just trying to stay hidden, like trying to stay, because you don't want the attention on Tatooine at all.
Well, that's why I think I'm not sure he might completely stay on Tatooine, at least during the events of the show.
Something will take him away and he comes back is what I was thinking too.
And plus that whole line in A New Hope, when last we met, I was but the learner, now I'm the master. And a lot of people think that there was some other, or no, not that one. The one where
can do with it.
There was another line where Vader said, "A presence I haven't felt since."
Yeah.
Anyway,
so you go since when did he feel that presence?
Yeah.
So was it since episode 3 when he caught on fire? Or here's my thing. I always heard about, and kind of, it was always in my head too. I always imagined that Obi-Wan would in a detective sort of way. They did it really quickly in episode 3, but I always felt like it was going to be a way more like unraveling, like Obi-Wan figuring out everything, even to the point where he figures out who Darth Vader is, because he obviously knows who Vader is. And
when he meets him in A New Hope,
yeah. So it's like I almost feel like I want to see Obi-Wan somehow sneak back into that realm to figure out what exactly is going on, and maybe whatever he doesn't uncover, like he uncovers Darth Vader with the Emperor and all this stuff. It's like he truly goes, no, I've definitely got to get back to Tatooine and make sure.
He already knows.
Yeah, I was going to say he does know, because episode 3
Yoda
they see the hologram.
Well, Yoda explains. Well, they see the
but
I'm saying.
Well, they see the hologram where he
when he's killing the younglings, and when he sires the Emperor. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like that, seeing all that, he just kind of like saw like so much in one little instant. I just feel like I would have loved to have seen him unravel that more, like figuring out, especially, but maybe even more when Vader is Vader, you know what I'm saying? So that he has to tie those threads together, that you're not Anakin anymore. You're a machine. You're Vader. I mean, my old apprentice is still in there somewhere, but you know what I'm saying? He knows all about him before episode 4, but I don't think he knew all about him based off of the events in episode 3.
Yeah. He's more machine now.
It would be interesting though.
Evil.
Well, yeah, I do like the idea. I do like the idea of like a Obi-Wan storyline being kind of like a detective story. Him trying to like, I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be about even if it's not about Vader. Him finding out, investigating some conspiracy that takes him off of Tatooine. Maybe something to do with the Jedi. Maybe he finds out about attempts to clone Jedi. That could tie into the stuff that goes on in the sequel trilogy.
Right.
Because we have seen a couple of hints, like Bad Batch has a couple of hints that possibly coming to fruition later, because you see, I mean, not that, I know Austin hasn't seen it yet, but I'm without saying anything, there are some green tanks that are seen in the series that look suspiciously like the ones that Kylo Ren sees in Rise of Skywalker. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
there's a lot of setup for that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do with that. And another thing, I like this idea that they're really kind of leaning back toward the prequels, in that they're not trying to be afraid of it anymore. Like, they're bringing Hayden Christensen back to let him kind of do some more, as Anakin and and Vader, because I think we've heard like that he's coming back to be in Ahsoka, which is going to be interesting. I'd like it as, if he can. I think the big thing that they're going to do is maybe try to reconcile the relationship that they had, Maybe. I mean, because it's after he's dead already, so that's the only, that would be my guess is what he's doing. He's trying to reconcile what happened. I don't know. I'm not a writer for the show.
You're not.
I'm not.
But I mean, this whole time though, we have seen like a comeback on the prequels. Like there's a lot more prequel love now, and I think it's because it's allowed to sit for a while in the conscious, and plus you have the benefit of the new expanded universe, and it's really tried to help the prequels and make them look a little better too. So I think people now are going like, because I mean, there are things that we loved about the prequels, and then there are things we hated.
Yeah.
So
well, you got the 30-year-olds
getting there. Yeah,
you got the 30-year-olds now who grew up with that Star Wars.
Exactly, and so what you had this, and you also had this revisionist kind of push that a lot of people like to do, or at least like a you want to obviously get it if you either need a do over, or if you want to get it right, you want to get it right. So there.
I think we lost Austin.
Austin, no,
he's gone. Anyway,
I'm just saying they can bring all these characters. They can bring all these characters back into the fray and correct some story mistakes and really explore more with them. So I feel like that's kind of like what the motivation is now. Is that we have? I mean, because look, people can hate on the prequels, but there's so many things that we pulled from them that were great. So to come back and kind of show love to it by kind of pushing the story in different in certain ways, we like, just like the Mandalorian, we're like, okay, we need something that the fans want. We want something that we can jive on, and so we take that Baby Yoda morsel. It's just such this crazy thing, but that's kind of the driving factor. So I mean, I can see him definitely especially bringing Hayden Christensen back and really let him redeem that character and explore it.
Flesh it out some more
and flesh it out.
Well, I think the thing is, like, we saw so much of Anakin fleshed out in the expanded stuff, like say the books or like Rebels and stuff like that, or Clone Wars, Vader and and Anakin. I like this idea of him being able to actually come back and get to add a little bit, contribute more to that, getting that character a little bit more in depth.
Right. Plus the fact that I've always said this, that look, I'll acknowledge he was terrible in episode 2, but he was so much better in 3. Like he just, to me, he grew, I guess, as an actor maybe or something. I don't know. He felt so much more comfortable in that character in the 3rd movie that I wanted more from him. I wanted to explore it even more. So this is kind of like, I'm excited that we get to see more Hayden potentially, I guess. But I thought that jump from 2 to 3 was so good. I'm like, he can only get better. And so we obviously didn't get to see that because he only got the one shot. So, I mean, now we'll get to see what he's got and bringing more to that and fleshing that character out.
And speaking of Star Wars and Book of Boba Fett, we came across a leak recently, and I don't know who would be sharing it. Do you want to share it, Austin? We saw, I came across this past week, that apparently there may be a Fennec Shand Black Series figure coming up soon, or at some point in the future. I'd love to grab this if I can, well, and I love that the helmet is separate on her too, so it's removable. Man, it
that's weird. That's weird. Why no Boba Fett in that wave?
It might just be, I don't know, maybe it just might have been a shot that he managed to grab of whatever that is, because she hasn't been officially announced yet. And it's funny because Hasbro hasn't made any mention about what's going on. And that looks pretty legitimate. Yep. Yeah, that doesn't look like a fake or.
Well, wait a minute, is that Boba Fett underneath Ponda Baba?
Yeah, that's the what you call it, the Tython
version. Yeah, the Nomad.
Yeah. So you've got that version of it. I mean, I'm digging this wave. It looks really cool, but still, man, no Crate Luke.
I don't know. I'd rather have a fat Bib Fortuna, the gigantic one we see at the end of The Mandalorian.
No, I do like this Bib Fortuna figure. It looks good. This I've got to get Miggs Mayfield.
Miggs Mayfield.
Oh my God, I can't.
And I love that. Yeah, that's a removable helmet too.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird
sad, though that they have to package it with the helmet on.
Yeah. Well, it's also weird that they chose the. Well, I mean, I don't know why they chose it. Maybe it's just because I was in season 2, but why they chose his Imperial disguise instead of his get up he had in when he did the mission in the first season, the little prison breakout. Right. Where he had the 2 little independent blasters that would fire.
Have they already made an Imperial trooper like that?
Have they also
like a removable helmet?
No, just like that design, that basic design. So all they really would have to do is just make a removable helmet and the head. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I mean, using some assets.
That was an easy, placement of.
I'm sure it was also an easy extra paycheck for Bill Burr. I would take it too. If a toy company came up and asked me, I'd like to scan your head and use your likeness for a toy, I would say,
do it.
I will give you $20 right now. He's like, no, sir. We pay really? Okay.
We'll pay you 5 cents for every figure we sell, and we sold 3.
Yeah, and also, I love about Phoenix Shand also is that Ming-Na Wen is really getting some recognition now, and I love it. That's been long overdue for her. Ever since I remember her from Street Fighter, the movie.
Street Fighter.
She was the original Chun-Li.
I would love to see like Hasbro put out some Street Fighter movie figures, so I can get a Jean-Claude Van Damme that looks like as good as a Black Series figure, and a Chun-Li figure.
Yeah.
And a Vega figure. Well, and a Bison. I gotta have a Bison too. A Raw Julia Bison figure. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
But yeah, and she's she was the voice of Mulan in the in the film. Yep. But also I just love anytime you see her talk about the stuff, or when she's doing social media stuff and talking about it, she is beyond ecstatic to just be part of it. The part of the Star Wars universe. I who wouldn't be? You'd have to be a pretentious dirtbag to not just be excited to be part of it. I don't know. I would be naming somebody, but I can't think of anybody off the top of my head who's been in Star Wars recently that would be like that.
Speaking of Star Wars, there's also some Hasbro drops. I think some Marvel drops from Hasbro.
Yeah, we got some Marvel drops. I actually wouldn't mind trying to find this if I ever got a chance.
To me, I think I already have both of these figures. So
see, I have neither of them, so that's why I kind of like it. Because
but you still don't get the wings with the Falcon. You have to get those from the Build-A-Figures or whatever.
Probably because I don't see them packaged anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't see it anywhere here, but you get two shields.
Now that look on Steve from in that figure. So is that from? Did that look start in Civil War, or did that look start in Infinity War?
Go back up to the 2-pack.
I know it's definitely not the first Avengers, or maybe it might have been Age of Ultron. It's the thin red lines in the middle that made me kind of
but that's the Endgame one, because
that's Endgame. The gun in the shoulder holsters.
Yeah, because that's the suit he has on when he's fighting Thanos at the end.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because I have that one, but it's the battle damaged one where he's got half a shield and
and
Mjolnir.
Yeah, Yeah, out of the modern day suits, that one I think is one of the better. One of the best for man. And that figure does look really solid. Him and Sam's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look real good. I would definitely consider getting this.
And I really like the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I would consider getting this because this. I love his Winter Soldier look. Is the best.
He looks awesome.
Oh God, yeah. I've got to. This is the figure I've definitely got to get because this is one of my favorite characters.
The parameters you provided were not valid.
I know, because we start talking about him, he's going to come and kill me in my house. You see, you get both faces too. Oh, that's so.
See, if it was McFarlane, you'd have to buy the variant.
Yeah, you'd have to buy
the
maskless
Bucky,
and it wouldn't come with guns.
No, I'm definitely getting this. I mean, even though it's weird, I guess because of them having to label it as a flashback from the show, it's straight up just basically the Winter Soldier from the movie, and I'm fine with that.
Oh, that is. I just noticed that it's actually labeled as Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's
they're probably it's like a flashback.
Well, yeah, there was a flashback scene, I believe, where
he shot the guy.
He killed the son of the.
But this is probably the best looking figure you'll get, like of him as Winter Soldier. This is probably the best one you'll get. Yeah, so I'll definitely probably grab this when I see it in stores.
That does look great. Oh
yeah,
man.
No, it looks great for sure.
Yeah, I both that 2-pack and that'd be a solid little trio to have of like the whole of that Captain America trilogy.
Oh no, I like this. This is
classic Marvel Cap.
Yeah. So I think what they're doing here is they're going back to and redoing like the first 4 Marvel Legends figures released, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So this Captain America, the only thing bad about it is that shield has holes in it, so you can put all those effects pieces in it.
Oh, really?
And that sucks.
Oh,
so you'll obviously be able to just see these little pinholes in it where you stick.
If you took all the effects off, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is kind of weird.
But I gotta admit though, that of being able to add like a little look, because if you look at that yellow one and go back up a little bit to it, like that little yellow gunfire one, that would be pretty cool to mount onto the shield.
I think it's in some pics up above if you scroll like on the shield itself, but I don't think maybe some of your pics aren't loading. So
yeah, for some reason it's not loading. The website's not loading.
Yeah. So it must be your sorry internet.
I know, man. Just that. Sorry, I need some Google Fiber. Maybe they should just lay that.
There's some more. I think there's some more.
Yeah, no, there's more.
And of course the Iron Man. So I think they'll probably announce a Hulk figure and Toad as well soon.
God, was that God?
Toad?
Looks like
Toad from what?
Comics,
man.
I would love to see like
not
an updated Ray Park Toad from X-Men 1. When will they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Tony Stark is really giving me some Charles Bronson vibes in those.
He does
in that
like
figure.
him.
That looks straight out. That looks seriously like Charles Bronson.
It is. It's Charles Bronson or Clark Gable in an Iron Man suit, Iron Man spandex. With a metal chest. Look, he's got his own club. Like you gotta come see me at Stark's. I love these too. These,
yes, I love those.
So I would love to have this figures.
Like, are these
the
3 3/4?
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 3/4 inch, and they're like the classic Kenner looking, like it's like the Star Wars figures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, I would love to have this Wolverine.
Yes, that looks awesome.
I want a Wolverine and a Cyclops.
Yes.
And then what will be cool is to get the 3 3/4 inch of these, and then get a size appropriate Sentinel to go with them.
Now, which Cyclops would you want though? The 90s or
the 90s one?
Okay, I was going to
say. I'm talking about if we're gonna go with this look here, since that's the 90s cartoon look, I would just want the 90s cartoon Cyclops to go with him.
Okay. I was going to say there's the other classic look where he had the covered head.
Yeah, I was going to say. See, I don't like the covered head Cyclops. I like him with the hair out for whatever reason. I don't know. I think it's because of the cartoon, probably. Because that was my intro to. Yeah, that was probably my intro to X-Men. I mean, I think I read a few comics when I was really, really young, but I think that was the intro for me, was the cartoons. Now, this is actually from the cartoons. I mean, is the Wolverine. Like this is the 7-inch figures, right?
6-inch
or 6-inch. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I remember seeing these. I definitely again I wanted Wolverine.
This guy has them pre-ordered.
Really
Nice. That's awesome.
I've already pre-ordered that guy.
God, look. I mean, I like this picture that comes with it right here. That looks cool.
Gene. And I
like
love
the box
that VHS
that comes
box,
in. The VHS box. The Jubilee right here looks really, really cool.
Yep. Those are cool.
I've always thought her character design just looked so cool.
It's 90s as it gets.
Yep. And then I think there's
the glasses is what was my favorite. I love the color of the shape, like the design of the shades with the yellow trench coat looking thing was like I just love that look on her. It looks so friggin' dope.
I like the box art. It kind of looks like a VHS almost, a VHS box.
It is. That's what it's supposed to.
Oh, okay.
But they also did, which isn't shown, but they released look at Mr. Sinister from the cartoon wave as well. Yep. Now, that's a cool looking Scarlet Witch too, comic version.
My wife will probably want this. She loves Scarlet Witch. And I love these. I love the powers that are coming with like that for sure looks awesome.
Yeah.
Put in your bets now. Do you think she's going to be the villain of the Multiverse of Madness?
If so, it would be like real brief. I don't think it would be like a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Maybe she's what gets it started, and then then she feels bad. I'm liking this Vision. This is like an original Vision.
This is West Coast Avengers. Vision.
West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
What is this West Coast Avengers?
It was kind of a way to get another Avengers book on the shelf. So they split the team up into two sides. So the East Coast Avengers can save the world over here, while the West Coast Avengers save the world across the pond, or across
kind of like how the Justice League would mainly handle stuff on the East Coast, and then they sent all the Teen Titans to the West Coast in Seattle and said, "Here, handle everything over here.
Yeah,
and try not to get killed."
Now that's cool.
I was gonna say this Falcon's cool. Comes with a Falcon.
Red Bird. Yep. Mr. Fantastic.
So he stretches like there's a body parts.
No,
no, that would be cool though if what they did was because like right here these could just pop out of joint, and they would just add like some longer limbs that you could snap in.
Right, and go back to that Falcon look, the classic Falcon right above you. Now, how hard do you think Anthony Mackie fought to get this version of the costume? I don't think he fought hard enough.
Not make me wear this version of the costume.
Hey, I don't think he fought hard enough.
I was going to say he's like, dude, you definitely want to be a WWF wrestler. So like,
it would take a monolithic amount of confidence to say I'm fine with wearing this.
Yep.
Kind of like this Swole Venom too.
Yeah. Swole Venom.
Yeah, I still need to see Carnage. I still have not seen the new one yet. Have either of you gotten to watch it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched the movie.
Is it all right? All right. If you enjoyed Venom, would you enjoy the new one?
Was it a step down or was it same step forward or step back?
Step back.
Really?
To me. I mean,
is Andy Serkis not a good director? Like I haven't watched anything he's done yet as a director.
I mean, I guess that's all right. It just felt like there wasn't a lot there, It
was more about just getting Carnage into the movie and having them have some fun with it.
I enjoyed the in credit stuff more than the movie itself.
Yeah, I've heard more than I needed to about some of the in credit reveal stuff, and I'm kind of like, I wish I hadn't known that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man, Venom, that whole little Sonyverse part of the MCU. Have either of you watched the new trailer for Morbius?
Yes,
I have not.
Watched it? It looks pretty good, and the great thing about it, like they did not hold back at all on giving him the full vampire look when he goes in his vampire mode. Morbius, he looks straight out of like the animated series and the comic.
And Did you notice there's lots of spoilery stuff in there?
Mm-hmm. A lot of references. I love the references.
Yeah, like Michael Keaton is like.
Well, we saw him in the first teaser.
But if you go back and look at what he's wearing the prison suit from the end of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think he was too in the teaser.
Oh, he was? Okay. Yeah. And then
because he says like, "What's up, Doc?" in the teaser.
Yeah, and then the Spider-Man poster on the wall is Morbius is walking by, which is
Raimi Spider-Man suit.
Yep, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man said murderer across of it.
And there's also there's another Daily Bugles, and there's also a funny little like in-universe joke that he gives, like he's threatening somebody at the very end of the teaser. Venom. He says I'm Venom with a little scary voice, and the guy kind of freaks out a little bit. He's like, no, I'm Dr. Michael Morbius. Yeah. It looks fun. I'll give that one a chance, definitely. Next up, I don't know about Austin or Ashley, but one game I really loved last year, and I mean I love the series, and I'm looking forward to the HBO show coming up, The Last of Us. NECA actually has a 2-pack coming up in March, and it's going to be Joel and Ellie from the second game from the Last of Us Part 2, and they look phenomenal.
Especially Ellie. I mean, like Joel Ellie looks good, but Ellie looks really good.
Yeah,
especially both like based on these photos that they show,
and all the accessories. Man, they are just loaded.
Look good.
Yeah. So I definitely, it's a little steep price tag, but it's NECA. It sounds about right for 2 figures that come with all the stuff that they come with, because it's around a little over 70, I think, for the pre-order. But that kind of falls into it, because if you look at all the accessories, it's going to be around a $30, a little over $30 price tag just for one that would come with all those accessories.
Yeah.
So for 2 of them,
I bet you like maybe if it comes to Walmarts and things like that, I bet you it'll be 60.
Maybe, yeah. If it does, because I don't know if this will have enough. I don't know if it'll get. I'm going to try to, as soon as I can, get a pre-order on it, because I really would like this set. They look.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good weapons with it. Like I feel like the weapons are great. You get the duffel bag. I mean, like I said, the Joel is kind of up for interpretation. I like it. It's pretty cool. I don't know if people will be mad about it, but I am taken away. Like she was really well done. Like in terms of the video game, looks really well done.
I've seen some cinematic sequences from that video game, and it looks just like her.
Yeah.
No, they definitely did a good job. So yeah, and it makes me excited for when they do like the I guess NECA I'm assuming it would be NECA doing the TV show.
Oh yeah, because I found some set photos that I completely just slipped by me, like some like little spy set photos of them filming the show.
Yeah,
Pedro Pascal, even from a distance, man, he looks perfect, and that's a funny thing for me, because he doesn't look exactly like Joel from the game. He doesn't, and he can't. In Pedro Pascal, he's not gonna be able to grow gigantic beard like that. But like I think there's a difference between him and then Tom Holland playing Drake. There's just something about the actor that you can see the essence of the character in him, and I can see it in Pedro like I cannot see it in Tom Holland. That's what I think. That's kind of what I'm getting at about that.
No, I can see that too. I feel like I always feel like I don't know, Pedro he just has this presence, especially like you said in those set photos. He looks really good as the as Joel. I mean, I don't know. Even I knew the girl's going to be good as Ellie, but he just, I don't know. Like I just knew he was going to embody that character, because he's got that, I don't know, something about his face. He's got that jaw. I'm like, he's just, I don't know. He's kind of like the fatherly kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm excited to see what he can do with it.
I mean, and he's got a lot on his plate though, because Joel, Ellie really carries the story of the second game, but Joel really has to carry it. So you really have to have someone who can hold that narrative, who can bring that gravity to it, and Pedro can do that. Like what's great is the Mandalorian. He does that when he's mainly only like 90% of the time he's doing voice work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy, and I bet he would have been a good Drake. I bet he would have been a good Nathan Drake.
He could have been a great.
Like
Drake,
if he had just been clean shaven. You know what I'm saying? Like just do it. Like make sure you get him like a good clean shaven, no mustache and thing. Like just clean shaven, but with the Nathan Drake kind of hairdo going on. Even in the Joel cut that I saw in the set photos, he looked pretty close.
Yeah, he like I think that's the thing. Like that's why I don't see in Tom Holland. There's a swagger and swashbuckling quality to Drake. And they say like Tom Holland has charisma too, but he doesn't have that type of charisma. He is like that. Golly gee, aren't you guys so great? He has that type of charisma.
Well, plus it was just like to me, it felt like that was a way to bring a face to a. To me, it just felt like a way to bring a face like to a franchise.
Yeah.
Like so it was like because it was. I'm guessing what it Marky Mark is the producer or something like that with it.
I think
because he's been trying. He was going to do it himself.
He was going to be Drake himself.
It feels like if he was trying to do a Batman movie, he got too old to play Batman, so he's playing Alfred. Mm-hmm. But Alfred looks like Marky Mark. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of weird.
But there are plenty of other actors who could have done. I think it was Sony pulling from their. This is someone we're already contracted with, and he's super famous right now. So let's use, and he wants to do it. So let's do that. But I can think of plenty of other actors who could have pulled off that attitude that Drake has in the games. Like Chris Pine could have done it. Chris Evans could have done it. Chris Pratt even could have done it. Three Chris's already could have done it. Pedro, I think Pedro could have done it. Oscar Isaac could have done it. Plenty of people who are like big names right now could have done it. Like,
speaking of NECA, though, I'll say they did drop this with the superhero stuff.
Yeah, the big one for me in here was Phantom. Phantom looks great. Yeah, he's the only one I really recognize though. Flash Gordon. I didn't recognize him.
I thought these have already been solicited.
Are they? It's the first I knew about them.
I could have sworn I've seen these things in stores.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing them.
It's the first.
I don't know. I don't. These boxes don't look familiar to me. I will say that. But yeah, I do like this Phantom design.
Now I got to do some Googling. You're going to make me.
It makes me want like a shadow, like a figure like this, but of the shadow. That would be really cool.
Or, what was the name? There's like a magician. What was the name of the magician that was kind of in that same era? He basically wore like
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he kind of like he was dressed up like in a suit with a long coat and top hat, and he had like a robber mask on. God, I forgot what his name was.
Cookie Crisp?
Probably. Hamburglar,
yeah.
But so the original superheroes, and another thing though, this one's I think Austin might be interested in this one. I would love to find this, but the Lego had a big Christmas reveal that
before you get into that, these are just different versions. So these already have been released, just different costumes. Yeah. So these are new costumes for these figures.
Oh, okay.
That's what makes me.
Well,
yeah, my bad. Okay.
They look good though. They look great.
Yeah. I'm sorry for interrupting. Continue on.
No. So this is Lego Ideas has made the Home Alone house, the McAllister house. And so if anybody doesn't know what Lego Ideas is, it's basically like user, anybody who's a fan of Lego, stuff like that, they can join this Lego Ideas community where you can actually build your own Lego sets in whatever way you want to. You can build it like in a little 3D studio that they have that you can download. You can make your own set with what you have, but basically you create these sets and you submit them to Lego for consideration as something that would be mass produced later, for other people to enjoy. And this has been made, and it's insane how great it looks.
I love that. I love that they've got like the
blowtorch,
the blowtorch, and all the goodies. They're not the goodies, the booby traps and all that.
I mean, look, even the pizza box says Little Nero's Pizza.
Yeah, that's great.
It. And he even has the iron face for his alternate face for Marv.
Oh Lord, this is
the
great.
paint cans. Oh God, this looks so good.
Yeah, no, this is definitely good.
I wish that they would go ahead and do the house for the new Home Alone.
Oh yeah,
that comes out in November. That'd be great.
I'm hopeful for that. It actually looks pretty decent. I'm like, I don't hate the trailer.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
little
hate
English
it.
kid playing.
Yeah, I don't hate it because it just seems like it could be way worse. It looks like they're at least giving it a fair shake. But basically it's almost like Force Awakens where they're taking the exact same plot and they're just doing it for a new audience. But I'm like, it looks like, I think maybe half the reasons why is because the kid's British, but I'm like, I don't hate it. So I'm waiting to see what's going to be. But I mean, it's probably going to be garbage.
Well,
and plus I like Ellie Kemper. I've always been a supporter of her.
What else is what's his name's also in it?
This is what I can't wait for. That right here is great.
Who is
so
her?
good.
What? Oh God, who's her accomplice's name? Who's that actor's name?
I can't remember his name, but and also the
Rob Delaney.
That's it. Yeah, Delaney. Delaney does sound right.
This is my problem with the trailer, is that they're doing something that I at least from what I saw in the trailer, it's almost like they're trying to make you almost sympathetic for the criminals. Because like one guy's like not going to go. It's like, we don't need to do this. No, let's not do this. Come on,
right?
It's
and
like,
then she's the one pushing into it.
Yeah, it's like, don't make me sympathetic, and also don't make the woman like a shrew about it, because it's not going to make you look good. It's going to make you look terrible.
Right? But, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just hope that the hijinks and people get hurt. Like, I hope it's like I want them to not pull any punches. I want it to be as goofy and cartoonish as possible. And I just like seeing people get hurt. so like that would just be great to just see something like that. But I mean, in all actuality though, I mean it's probably going to be garbage. But hey, and it's got Pete Holmes in it. So I'm like, I don't hate him. I really like him. So
it's also got Kenan Thompson and Chris Parnell.
Yeah, I was going to say Chris Parnes. I'll support anything Chris Parnes or Keenan's in. But like I said, and plus it's on Disney Plus, so I ain't got to go to the theater to check it out.
That's true.
Andy Daly's going to be in it too, huh? Interesting. Andrew Daly from Review and Eastbound and Down.
He's the best. That man. I just want to hang out with him and see if he's as funny. Like the humor is as dry and as funny in person. Because God, I bet I'd probably just laugh at him saying anything to me.
Yeah. Have you ever seen his the show he did? Is like a remake of an Australian show called Review.
I've seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's
so perfect. It's so funny.
Just the first words, great. Are just every episode starts with these words: life. It's literally all we have. But is it any good? My name's Forrest McNeil.
I just love how they throw. It looks like they take something and they throw it like it's almost like Post-it notes of topics or whatever, and then they start on this idea and then it just unravels and they try to see how out of control it can get.
So the premise of Review is he doesn't review movies or books or songs, anything like that. He reviews life experiences.
Sweet.
So people just will message him or send a video to him, and he will he'll try to do it to the best of his ability, and it's almost always to his detriment. And he keeps going, and it gets worse and worse. It's like a slow moving train wreck, and his life just keeps unraveling as he keeps committing to doing these reviews. Like in season 2, he accidentally starts a cult about
sweet. It's this guy.
Oh, that guy. Yes.
This is the show that he's talking about. It was on Comedy Central, and it's just perfect. It's I mean, it will make you. It's one of those just like absurdist humor. It'll make you gut laugh. Just so funny.
Well,
so
I like stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh God, the episode where what's it like to be a little person? Oh God, what he does. Like not in a bad way. It's just that there's a moment toward the end of that whole segment where you're screaming at him, just stand up.
Right.
That's it. Just stand up. Literally, because
I don't think there's not many people that can do what he can pull off. I hate to say it with how white and how vanilla harmless he seems that he comes off. He's just like throwing him into these situations that they do in this show, like all these experiments, is just it couldn't happen to a more perfect person.
Yeah. I think it's all on. I think all the episodes are either on. I think they're all on Paramount Plus right now.
Either on Plus or Max, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'd say if you have either of those, check.
Well, I've got HBO Max. I'll try to find that. I've been for comedy lately. I've been on YouTube looking up Dave Chappelle stuff from like his
early days.
Nah,
I would say Chappelle. If I had to pick a favorite Chappelle special of every, I mean, all of his stuff coming out now is great, but it's kind of topical.
Mm-hmm. Kill Him Softly is my favorite.
Killing Him Softly is probably, I mean, legendary, but to me, Live at the Fillmore is probably
that's a good one too.
What do you have on?
His best. That's tricky. I just know he had the mustache at this point. This was right after Chappelle blew up. The Chappelle Show blew up, but it was before he walked off. It was right before he walked out of it. So he was at his pinnacle.
Oh, so what I've been watching, what I've been watching is new stuff. So
okay. I was going to say go watch that special in particular, just for the story about him getting held up on the bus. I don't really want to spoil it beyond that.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know what I'm talking. Do you know what I'm talking about? Ashley?
No.
So good, because I bet you I've taken you in one direction. So when you watch it, he tells a story about him getting held up on a bus by a homeless person in front of in front of everybody. I mean, the guy held up the bus basically.
I was gonna say, it wasn't just
but
him.
Chappelle's involved, and I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just saying that right there is probably one of the funniest stories ever told on stage. It is just hilarious. But then all of his observations to me are always funny, like to the point, like, because anytime people talk about like him being offensive or stuff, I'm like, have you seen his thing about him, about what white people eat? It's the funniest thing ever. He's like, I figured out what you guys eat. Vegetables. Talking about he'll be walking around the supermarket. He says, I'll go look at some white dude's buggy, and he goes, hey, these aren't for you. These are vegetables. And it's just, I'm not going to say any more than that. It's just the way he is. He is perfection. He is this generation's like Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. He's a funny dude.
Well, quick thing. Actually, we should probably jump to Halls real quick.
Okay.
Does anybody have any Halls?
I don't have any.
So
actually, you know what? I do have one thing. I'll just go ahead and show it here.
Okay.
Actually, it's here.
A Kazam book bag?
Is it Kazam? Oh, he's lost.
Okay.
Do you have your stuff nearby and ready to go?
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, a friend of mine found this, and I'm talking about it's like in pristine condition, but found it at a Goodwill, and it's a Kazam backpack, and this is the best thing I have ever seen.
Don't open it up, or
oh my God, if Shaquille pops out of this, it's going to be even better. Oh my God, I'm serious though. This is pure gold. And I'm serious. It looks like it's never been used. Yep.
Next year's Augusta toy and comic show. That's what you need to sport. Walking around with stuff in it. Yeah.
Oh, I will 100%. That's a good idea, because I will 1,000% tote that around.
And someone straight up comes up to you, I will pay you $500 for that right now.
That's the thing is, I just, to me, it feels like something that if I was a rich person, I would offer $500 for that. I would be like, whoa, that's like finding a pair of like, I mean, to me, I know there's some people that would hold like a pair of Jordan, like number 11s or something like that, and be like, these are the best thing ever. I'm like, I don't know, man. This is pretty close up to a pair of like real nice Jordans.
That's
Kazam backpack, a vintage Kazam backpack. You can't print enough money to pay for this.
That's rich drunk spending right there. It's like, oh, you got a Kazam backpack?
I'll give you and you know how much? And you know what's funny is, you know how much he paid for it? I think $2. $2. That is amazing. Anyways, that's all my haul.
Okay, my haul included.
Oh, Scarlet. Oh yeah, I saw that you did. You had a video.
That's the one my wife has.
Yep,
that's a great figure. Yeah,
got her. Got him.
Vision.
Nice. I was going to say I saw that. I like that.
So okay, so now that you have him and you have Falcon, how many figures do you need in all to make the wings?
You have to have Vision, Scarlet Witch, Captain America, Loki, U.S. Agent, Baron Zemo, and Bucky.
How many?
So I'm missing Bucky and Baron Zemo right now.
So you're only 2 off from being able to make the wings. Ooh.
Yep.
Are you going to try to, at this point, are you going to just try to get them all to finish it?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then, of course, $9.99. So I just picked up Cloak, at
is that another? What's
Ollie's.
the Build-A-Figure with that one?
It's some kind of weird spider, like a future Spider-Man.
Yeah, it looked
I
like
don't know. I don't know enough about it, but if you can read, well, it's backwards. But that's the name. SP//DR. Yeah, no clue. But you get the head with it.
Well,
and that's my haul for the week.
Well, I got a great little surprise. Austin, he found something that I've been looking for a while, and he said,
"Oh
yeah."
this,"
and I said, "I can't get this yet." Like I was like, I'm gonna have to pass on it. And he went and got it anyways. I gotta pay back for it still. But I have Homelander.
Oh, sweet. The NECA Homelander?
Yes, and he looks as maniacal as ever.
He looks demented right now with that.
I know, with that head tilt.
That head tilt.
I don't want to move him from this position. It's like just too perfect of like his personality for me.
Yeah. No. What's the cape and everything like? Is
It's like
cloth and all that?
Yep.
Nice.
So that's NECA?
Yep.
Yeah,
this
NECA.
is NECA. Yep.
Look at the knees on it. Look at the knees on it. I just want to see the knees.
So
those are different. So the ones we were looking at the other with The Last of Us, they looked a little different. Like the knee cap was part of the thigh, and it kind of just went over the
well, I noticed also. No, I noticed also Lori has similar like elbow and knee joints where it's almost like 3 different pieces. Like it's new. I don't know. Maybe it's a new type of joint.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know if all NECA figures had that or not, or if it was.
Well, I mean, I've definitely noticed it with no Lori. I think Casey Jones has it. I'd have to look at him again. I think he might have it, but I definitely noticed it with Lori because I remember noticing it trying to position her elbows to hold the shotgun up. But yeah, it's a fantastic figure. It comes with 3 heads.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it comes with one where you can put the laser beams in his eyes, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Really, really cool.
This is the actual second head that comes in the box. And so subtle the difference is because the other one, he has just more of a default face. And this one's very, very subtly like darker looking. There's something kind of like something about this looks slightly off. It's not different. Like if you were to just look at the two of them, you probably think they're the same head, but the more you kind of just look at the details on it, something looks slightly like a little bit more menacing about it. So it's that perfect Homelander, like the facade of a psychopath face. So that's my haul for the week.
Good haul.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think we all got pretty good hauls.
Yeah. Hey, well, quick thing to wrap it up with. We got the holiday season coming up, and we got a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
So, quick rundown of what you're excited about, if you're excited about it. So, like Hawkeye. I mean, any of you, are y'all excited for that?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
What about you, Austin?
I mean, I'm like the show or toys or
the show.
The show. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty interested in it. All the Marvel shows that have been coming out, it's like I haven't been craving them. I haven't been looking forward to them per se as much as just enjoying them as they come out. So yeah, I'll probably watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the first one I think I got really excited about when I saw the trailer. I don't know, maybe it's the set in the Christmas setting, or maybe it's like this one really, this one feels much less about, this feels like a thriller, kind of like, it feels like Die Hard almost a little bit. The vibe I'm getting from it, because you're not getting any super soldiers, this isn't like Captain America, or any superpowers, stuff like that. It just feels like a straight up like fun action adventure story.
And I'm hoping they do tie in Black Widow to it.
Oh yeah, because I finally watched that. Finally finished it.
Yeah,
it was good.
That was pretty good.
The third act kind of like it's more, the flying island thing kind of like made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
But or not the flying fortress. But David Harbour, Florence Pugh, I mean even Rachel Weisz and Scarlett Johansson, they brought their A game to it, So,
I thought everybody did pretty well on it.
Yeah. And also we got Book of Boba Fett, obviously.
Yeah. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm excited for that. Afterlife.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm leaving something out. Something else.
Me too. I think.
Out.
Well, I think the thing I'm most interested or excited about is Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah. I was going to say that is coming, and it's weird to think that is coming out this year, huh? This holiday season. Yep. I keep thinking that's next year. I think I get that mixed in with the Flash is what I'm confusing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're going to see Eternals Saturday, but I'm not as super excited about that as I just
don't know anything about them, so I don't. It's got people I like in it. I like Kumail. I like Angelina. I like oh Lord, Salma. I love Salma. Who else is in it?
Kit Harington, John
Madden.
Oh yeah,
the guy. Wait, Kit Harington is in that, isn't he?
Yeah, John Madden's in it from both of them are Game of Thrones.
Yeah, John Madden.
Watch this football game. Well, no, I'm the wrong John Madden.
John Madden.
Yeah, okay. If you're just think of this, I guess would be an easy way to think of the Eternals. Or how people would I've heard describe it and say this is what Jack Kirby did when he went to Marvel and he couldn't write New Gods anymore.
Oh,
pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, so far it's strange. Yeah, this one looks like it's turned out to be one of the more, if not the most divisive of the Marvel movies so far.
Yeah, I think
it's got about the lowest consensus rating I've seen yet. I think right now it's sitting around 59%.
Yeah, for Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I wonder why that is, though. Just people don't care about the characters.
It's a mix, I think. I think it falls back in this thing I think Marvel does where they try so often to get the flavor of the month. And not just their actors, but also in their directors. And Chloe Zhao is very big right now because of Nomads. They nabbed her, but they do the Marvel formula where they say, you come in, you do a couple things, but we're going to handle everything else. So you get this mishmash of someone who's very much an art house director, and you got typical Marvel bombastic stuff. And sometimes those things can go together well, and sometimes they mesh. And maybe this time it didn't mesh well. One review
James Gunn is like an example of it when it meshes well. Like he comes in and spreads his look all. I mean, it's all him written all over it, but it's still like a studio movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, him and Taika, they seem like they got more. It feels almost like they got more control than the average director would have. Maybe they have more confidence in doing it because a lot of these directors, especially the younger, more the lesser experienced ones that they bring in, maybe they're not very experienced with handling all these big scenes, and they just tell them, we'll handle it. We have our units though that handle all this big action stuff, so you don't worry about that. You just have your and that was one thing I really noticed with the Black Widow movies was you would get these really well shot scenes at home, and then big bombastic typical Marvel scenes. So anyways,
no, I can definitely see it going that way where it's just it's a mishmash. I like when you can kind of see a person. It's kind of like looking at the difference between like Avengers, for example, when the first Avengers movie came out, even the first Iron Man or second Iron Man. You watch the first Avengers and then watch Winter Soldier, and the action styles are just completely different. You can't tell me that, oh no, that looks like a Marvel action movie. It didn't at all. I mean, I like when they have like the directors can kind of really bring their own kind of look to something, so that you're not just watching a mishmash. Yeah.
Well, I'll leave it at this. Was one critic said in a line, they said, It's probably one of the more interesting Marvel movies, but it's also probably one of the least interesting movies by this director, which is weird.
I saw it compared to Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they called it. Marvel's Zack Snyder's Justice League.
That's bold to say.
Yeah.
Because I don't especially know. Look, critics love to keep it separated. They don't like to.
It's more of a thinking man's kind of movie. Is what they're.
I mean, I don't mind a slower burn. Yeah. So if it's good, it's fun. Yeah, I might give it a shot. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but I'm curious about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Yeah. But anyways, I guess we're just going to call it for the week because I think we've ran out of things to talk about at this point. Plus, it's like super late, and we got old people.
Yep.
Just got to go and take their medicines.
I've got to go take my medicines.
Got to take my melatonin
and run them kids off my lawn.
Yeah.
Old man yells at clouds.
Yeah, we're in Georgia. You can just fire a shotgun from the front porch.
Get away, cloud.
All right, guys. Well, until next week.
Later days.
Later.
That toy life. To catch these ghosts, you need the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy life.
Surprise, we're all supposed to be gone, but I just thought I would spam whoever's sticking behind and be like, hey, is the show over? Yes, it's over. Good night.